Hello everybody, welcome to a new show that's going to be on YouTube. It's the Jedi Show and it's hosted by me, Jedi, the Urban Poet. This new amazing show that's going to be unfolding over the weeks, it's going to be on YouTube, of course. It's witty and it's going to be featuring a bit of my poetry, and also we're going to have guests that have come on the show. They're going to be unusual guests talking about um, things which of interest to the public. I'm going to have a prostitute on, talking about what it's like in the dark places that they go to. I'm going to have a regressionist on, talking about what past lives and stuff like that. Also, people talking about life after death. I'm going to have a tarot card reader on, a busker on, and also a homeless person who's living in doorways. What's that like? What's going on? And some students as well talking about their views on life, which will be interesting. So lots of interesting people are going to be coming on to the public, and we're going to have a few phone-in calls from people who are interested in saying questions and asking the guests things. So this is going to be a real cool show. It's going to be a happening show, and I'm glad that you're here to watch it. So today I'm going to sit down now. We're going to talk about a subject which is dear to my heart and dear to yours: the power of thought. One of the most amazing things that we all possess. Now, if we think about it, thought creates everything that we see in the seen physical world. Before any invention happens, before anything is ever made, it has to start in the invisible world called the mind. So, if I'm going to make a chair, I have to think of what sort of chair I'd like in my mind, and then I bring it out into the physical world by drawing it, and then I take it to someone and say, can you make that please? And they make it. So thought becomes a thing that happens first before something materializes. Thought, which we all possess, can be constructive or destructive. Thought in action makes things happen. Everything that's happening in our lives, everything we do and how we feel, has come from the thought that we've chosen to take on board. So any event that happens in life, whether it be good or whether we deem it bad, it's not the thing that happens to change us. What changes us is how we react to that event. Are we going to be positive? Are we going to be negative? So really, choosing your own thought can create the life that you want. Also, where's the best place to live? Where's the best place to be? Someone might say, oh, Spain. Someone might say, oh, America. Someone might say whatever. But the best place that you will ever be, and I will ever be, is nowhere. What? What does he mean, nowhere? Well, we don't live in the past, and we don't live in the future. When we think about the past, which we can't get to, it can be distractive. When we're thinking about the future, which we're not at yet, it can be distractive. So get this, I love this. The best place to be is nowhere, because let's separate nowhere. Now, here. This is the only place that will ever be in the now. So the now creates everything. It creates the future. Yeah, we can learn from the past and bring it into the now, but we just live in a series of nows. And if we live in the past and live in the future, we're not going to see what's right in front of us, because we're living in psychological time. So stay in the now, stay focused, and you've got more energy to create more things. Henry Ford, who was a great entrepreneur, and he invented the first motor car 100 odd years ago, and then did lots of other inventions. Someone said to him, Henry, can you give us some advice on how to be successful or how to live a better life? or how to achieve what we want to achieve. Henry Ford pondered and he said, yeah, I'll give you some advice. If you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right both ways. Which one do you want to choose? Well, if I think I can do something, then my thought is in operation to make that happen if I really believe it, because you have to have the feeling behind it as well. If I think I can't do it, oh, I can't do it because of my background, I'll never achieve this because I've got no money, nobody will ever love me because I'm not worth loving, then guess what? You're dead right. It's not going to happen. So I love positive thinking, because positive thinking can achieve lots of things. You out there are as good as anybody else on the planet. There's no one better than you. There might be people who've chosen better thoughts, which you can choose, and they've gone on to achieve their dreams and ideas, but they're not better than you. All they're saying is, look, I did it because I believed it. I did it because I had the thought that I could do it. And I never believed in know your place and know your station. You can never achieve that. There's two types of people in the world, yeah? There's the dream stealer and the dream maker. If I have an idea, yes, I'm going to go on and be a successful book writer or an actor, and someone says, Jed, great idea, but you'll never achieve it because look where you're from. You're from Ardwick, you're from Wythenshawe, you didn't have a great education. No, Jed, it's a great idea, you're not going to do it. Well, they're a dream stealer. Go away, dream stealer, not interested in what you've got to say. A dream maker will say, Jed, you can do it. Anyone can do it. Doors will open. Each little step that you take creates your dream. We're already dreamers anyway. We've already achieved loads of dreams. We achieved the dream, say, of walking. It took 9 months to walk. How hard was that? How much determination, when you were a baby, did that take? You got up, you fell, you never give in. You always knew you were going to walk and you had that support. Same with reading and writing. Remember how hard the alphabet was? A, B, C, F. Oh, and you had to learn it and learn it and learn it. You did it. Why? Great determination. You believed you were going to do it. Now you can read and write and see all those symbols and hear other people's ideas, even from the past. Shakespeare, Wordsworth, whoever it is, Plato, anybody, even the current people of today. It's because you had the thought that you could do it. And if you've got the thought that you can do it, you can make it. So, what causes things to go wrong in our lives? Why does disharmony come into our lives? Why does things not happen the way we'd like them to? Do you know what it is? Wrong thinking. What makes things successful in our lives? What brings harmony into our lives? What brings success into our lives? Right thinking. Everything that we ever see in life came from within us. Within us makes without us. So the world that we're looking at now is actually a reflection of how we think. The planet Earth that we live on, amazing though it is, one rock floating through space. There's approximately 7 billion people in that world. That is 7 billion heads. And in each head is an idea about the world. Some people are violent and see violence in the world. Some people are harmonious and loving, and their world's full of peace and happiness. So where does the real world start? Right inside your own head. Because the way you are with your thought affects your emotions. And all emotion is energy in motion. So if I wake up and I think, do you know what, the world's a miserable place and oh, I can't stand money and everything, then guess what? I'm going to attract a load of miserable things to back that up. If I wake up and think, oh, another day, glad to be alive, I can create and make things and meet people and, you know, what a wonderful world, then guess what? I am going to attract that. Remember when you were 8 or 9? Yeah. Someone knocked at the door, and it was your mate. And your mum or dad said, "Who's that?" "Oh, it's me mate, I'm going to play out now." And you played out and you had fun. There was not a problem going in your head, you had fun. Well, guess what? I'm older now, but I still play out. I'm not buying into the old age of misery of the adult disease. Oh, it's a miserable world. Oh, I'm getting older now. Oh, fun. Don't buy in. Don't let the old man in. Don't let the old man in. Keep the youth that is you there. That 8, 9-year-old person that had fun and happiness. They didn't walk out of the door and leave you forever. They're in here. Okay, the body's older. This is the vehicle. But have the youth, have the vitality. So remember, thought is a very, very positive thing. And on that front, I am going to read a very nice poem, which, if you think about it and listen to it, it describes thought wonderfully. It's called The Wonderful Manifestations of the Universe. A thought always returns back home. After all, it built the city of Rome. Was it not an idea that led to war? Then the yearning of peace to make it no more. The journey of the salmon upstream is the inward desire to fulfill a dream. Every mind hatches an infinity of seeds. Who's to judge whether they're flowers or weeds? Where is love that knows no bounds? In the beating hearts of foxes and hounds. The changing chameleon is you and me. How perfect we grow like we set out to be. The greatest of seas is source of it all. It's there to be summoned upon the thought of your call. All you'll ever have and all you'll ever know, attracted by desire and the power of the flow. The picture in the eye is a prisoner to reflections. Everything is nothing in a soul of no rejections. That which is hidden, yet always so present, made us and the stars and the moon's lovely crescent. When sunlight shines, our shadow does appear. Vibrations in the highest of spirit draws near. These mysteries and great wonders are found in silence and in thunders. All you see, you bring to life, even the illusion of death's sharp knife. Who's that knocking at your door within? Your inner child that knows no sin, expanding for better and never for worse, the wonderful manifestations of the universe. So I think that poem, if you like, says everything. Anything that you'll ever see, it had to come from the thought. So when you look around and you see it visible, remember that came from someone's imagination. That was an idea. It didn't just appear from nowhere. It was someone's thought. What is war but someone's negative thought? What is peace but someone's loving thought? So you guys out there, live in the now. Enjoy everything. Don't carry the cross of the past. It's not worth it. It just brings you down. Have your dreams of the future, but realise that thought is the great builder of the future. When you have a thought, what happens? The photograph of that thought is in your mind, and that's what you like to bring out here. So guys, thank you. Keep on tune. The Jedi Show's coming soon. Bye. No, that one, mate.
Yeah, there you go. Lee?